I'm Michael Leboldus with Program Pride. Here's my name in case you didn't hear me. This is our July show, and we've all taken a hiatus this summer so that we can play tennis and go traveling, and that's what this show is about. But before I get on to what this show is about, let me just tell you that we hope to be back next year, or next September. And if you'd like to get involved with the show, you can give me a call at 347-2174. That's in Red Deer. I'll say that again, 347-2174. If you didn't get that, you can phone your local show outlet and ask, how do I get a hold of Program Pride so that I can get involved? You don't need to be experienced to do this. We all came in here green, and now we know how to run cameras. We know how to do all of this stuff. We've learned quite a bit. It's a great resume item. So our July show this year is just a compilation of a bunch of items we've done over the past few months, specifically with regards to travel. We're going to start with a travel segment with Suzanne. She's going to highlight some of the events from June, July, and August that you can do in and around Alberta and across Canada. You've missed all the June events already because this is the July show, so that means you should have been watching the June show so that you could have done them all. Then we're going to go to Lenore, and she's going to have an interview with Lori from Gaelica with regards to the Great Alberta Campout happening the end of August, early September. And then we're going to go to Sue. She was down in Provincetown, Massachusetts, and did some interviews with a guy who owns a bed and breakfast there. Bunch of footage of what's going on in and around Provincetown, Massachusetts. The Edmonton Folk Festival is in August, and we go back to last year's Folk Festival where Todd interviewed the Flirtations. This year, Sinead O'Connor is headlining, so if you're looking for something to do in August, you can go and see Sinead O'Connor. We're going to close off the show with an interview that Lenore did with Stonewall Connections Travel with regards to the Gay Games in Amsterdam. See ya.
And I'm Suzanne, just mentioned in the commentary, here with my piles of paper. And in them, I have some information on travel that I'd like to share with you. In June, we have Pride Week in Toronto, June 23rd to 29th. Thousands, hundreds of thousands of people attend this. And as a matter of fact, I was there a couple of years ago, and it's phenomenal. If you get a chance, try to go. Airfare starts at $440. Great opportunity. In LA and San Francisco, their gay pride parades are June 20th to 27th. And back locally, we have Calgary, June 21st, Winnipeg, June 22nd, Edmonton, June 28th, Kelowna, June 28th, and also on June 28th, we have the Lethbridge Barbecue in Pride, and I blew it. Rounding out the month, we have the Canadian Rockies International Rodeo in Calgary at the Simons Valley Ranch. Thousands of people attend, and this is also during the World Police and Fire Games. Moving into July, we have river rafting for women in Oregon, July 19th to 22nd. Sounds like a great time if you can take it in. An 8-day cruise, gay and lesbian cruise to Alaska, starting on July 23rd. And a day hike fundraiser up Ghost Rider Mountain, which is near Fernie. And this is a benefit for Cranbrook AIDS Society. In Calgary, we have the Folk Festival, 24th to the 27th. Victoria Pride Week, July 1st to 6th. London, Ontario Pride Week, July 6th to 13th. And this is really difficult to say. Ottawa Hull Pride Days, July 12th to 13th. And the greatest month, August. Hopefully it'll be really warm. For the Nelson Fruit Float, which is on the August long weekend. The Vancouver Pride Weekend is August 2nd to 4th, and with airfares being so cheap, it's only $150 to go to Vancouver, so try and give that a shot this summer. Locally, we have right here near Red Deer, the Great Alberta Campout, August 29th to September 1st. Over 200 people attend this. Should be a great time. Folk Festival in Edmonton, August 7th to 10th, and the Fringe Festival in Edmonton, August 15th to 24th. Now, I've gone through that quite quickly, but for more information, you can, oops, my papers. You can call Vince at 341-4184. And he's provided us with this information, and we're really glad that he did. We thank him very much. One organization that we want to tell you about particularly is Out and Out. They have a $5 membership fee. They're located in Edmonton, and they do a lot of outdoor activities. They have a canoe trip in July and August, and 5th annual camping and hiking trip to Jasper, July 3rd to July 5th, and they do mountain biking, rollerblading, motorcycle touring, 4x4ing, beach volleyball, and they also have movie nights. So a great social activity group to get involved with. Once again, their membership fee is $5. So once again, just so you don't forget, Vince, 341-4184.
Hi, we're back in the studio with Laurie Harris from Gaelica. Hi, Laurie. Welcome to Program Pride.
Thank you.
Tell us, what does Gaelica stand for?
Gaelica is Gay and Lesbian Association of Central Alberta.
And who do you serve?
Central Alberta, pretty much.
So does that mean Red Deer, Rimbey, Bentley?
All the surrounding areas around Red Deer. Yeah.
Great. How long have you been in existence?
Gaelica's been here since '92. It was organization be prior to that, but they just changed the name and executive.
So what do you do? Like, what is your organization involved with?
We try to have a little bit of support and information and also social activities, that kind of thing.
Anything up and coming that you're directly working on?
We have a dance coming up February 8th for Valentine's Day, and it's being held at Burbank Hall out in Blackfalds. And it's pretty much what we have going for the moment.
I understand that Gaelica is involved with the Great Alberta Campout.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Well, that's quite a big event every year we have, Labor Day weekend, and this will be our 4th year this coming year. And it seems to be getting bigger and better every year. We have people from all over Alberta and other provinces as well. And anyone's invited to it, of course.
So anyone's welcome from all across Alberta?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Great. And how long has that been going on?
This will be our 4th year this year.
Great.
So.
What are the future plans and goals for Gaelica?
Well, as far as future goals go, we just like to have social outlets for the community and just try to have things going just so they have a place to go socialize and get together. So that's really our goals, and eventually we'd like to see a youth group formed. There was one at one time, but we'd like to, down the road when we're a little more structured, see if we can have something like that going for the youth.
Now, I heard rumor that you're also involved with an information line.
Yes, our phone line is going to be support and information line. So when people phone in, we try to gather support from around Red Deer, or information, sorry, for ongoing activities, and from Calgary and Edmonton also. And so when people phone in, we try to let them know what's happening, and also any kind of counseling or that type of thing. That's where the support comes in. If they're looking for something like that, we let them know what there's available here.
So if one of our viewers is watching and lives in a rural part of central Alberta, they could call the information line and find out the kinds of things that are going on around.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wanted to talk about the Great Alberta Campout a little bit more. I'm not a camper, but have you been to one?
Oh, yeah, I've been to the last 3 of them, yes.
Tell us about it. What do you do?
Well, we started off on the Friday night with the wiener roast and a greet and meet night. It's basically while the campers come in, get settled. We have private sites, also a big group site and a hall there. Then as the weekend goes on, we have all kinds of activities going on throughout the day, a variety of activities to suit everyone's needs. And then 2 big dances, the 2 nights, and we try to have entertainment at least one of the dances. This year we're hoping to get Edmonton Vocal Minority at the one dance. And it's just a really active weekend. Everyone that's attended previously have had a really good time, and we've heard nothing but good things about it.
It sounds like fun. You might, have convinced me that maybe I could pull out a sleeping bag. Tell me what kind of support you need from the community.
Well, any ideas from the community would be great. What they'd like to see as far as social activities, we're just trying to go by the little bit we're getting in from the community. And if they have any ideas what they'd like to happen or see, as far as, like I say, activities or any kind of support groups,
Do you need volunteers right now for anything?
Yes, we can always use volunteers. And I'm actually in the midst of putting together our committee for the campout, searching for volunteers for that also. So anyone interested, definitely.
Okay. Thanks a lot for being here, Laurie.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Today we're talking to Len Paletti from Provincetown, known a lot surrounded by P-Town.
Mm-hmm.
So Len, how long have you been here?
I've actually lived in Provincetown for about 20 years. It's been a little bit longer than that, but I don't like to mention that because I see people doing mathematics. How old is he? So 20 years is close enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what brought you here?
I used to visit Provincetown as a tourist like everybody else, and one time I came down here and I stayed at a little guest house. The owner said to me, "It's for sale. Do you know anybody that wants to buy it?" And I said, "No." But after sitting on the beach for 3 days, I said, "Gee, wouldn't this be fun?" So I went home and told my father. He said, "You're out of your mind, but if you want to do it, I'll loan you the money for the down payment." So I bought a guest house. Of course, I've never been back to the beach. The other reason I came here was because I thought I was going to develop my talent to become an artist, and I figured there was lots of time in the winter to paint, and I did. I've done a lot of painting of ceilings and walls and floors, and occasionally I get to do a painting, but that's basically why I came to Provincetown. People who visit Provincetown basically do come from all over the world. The vast majority come from within a day's drive, and that is New York, New Jersey, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C. And I would say that would probably account for like maybe 60 to 70% of the business. There's also a good amount that do fly in from California and Texas and Michigan and Ohio. But we do get people now from Europe. In the past year, 2 years actually, we've begun to see quite a rise in the European clientele. And it's rare now that I don't have at least 1 or 2 rooms in from England or Germany or Italy. We have also had people in, last year we had a fellow in from Hong Kong, South Africa, Australia. There's generally 1 or 2 during the summer that'll be in from Australia. So it is beginning to be known definitely as a worldwide resort destination for gay people.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's a wonderful place to be. We've just felt the freedom from square one.
That's basically why gay people come here, because, as you said, they do feel a freedom here that is not to be found even in many of the other gay resorts now. And that's one reason gay people come here, because they can express their sexuality, they can be open, they can walk down the street hand in hand, they can kiss in a restaurant, they can sit on a beach that is predominantly gay. And for once in your life, when you're here, you're in the majority.
Mm-hmm.
You go to Key West, you're not in the majority.
Mm-hmm.
But in Provincetown, especially from mid-June to mid-September, it is definitely a gay visibility and a gay resort.
Right.
I've seen a marked increase in the amount of gay women coming to Provincetown. July and August is still predominantly gay men, but September and October and June and May, you'll probably see a higher percentage of gay women than you would see of gay men. For the straight, well, I mean, for everybody, there are sort of, as I said, mentioned earlier, whale watching, which is a big thing to do. There's beautiful, beautiful beaches here. And we have these paved bike paths all through the sand dunes, which is a lot of fun for many people. There's great shops. I mean, you can find a lot of stuff here that you're not going to find until maybe next year elsewhere, because a lot of gay men are the buyers for these shops, and they want to be on the current edge of what's happening. There's superb restaurants. There's also crappy restaurants, but there's some really good restaurants, that'll rate 3 or 4 stars in a number of guides. And there's the clubs. Not so much for the straight community now, for the clubs. There's a couple of them. But as far as the gay community, there's some of the best gay entertainment happening anywhere in the world in this town. I mean, you have the likes of Jimmy James, who's here all summer. Suzanne Westenhofer, who's plays here generally for the month of August, and she's absolutely hysterical. Mm-hmm. Sharon McKnight, who's not gay, but does a great, great show. She's a singer. Kate Clinton lives in town, and she usually performs once or twice during the course of the summer. And, I don't know, Michelle Ballin is here. Judy Gold is here at the moment.
Taylor Dane's here tonight.
Taylor Dane's here tonight. You do have a number of big, I shouldn't say Hollywood, but like Jennifer Holliday played the town a couple of weeks ago. So you do get name acts coming to Provincetown now. Mm-hmm. You've seen an upswing in the past few years in the change in, so there's much more upscale quality in the shops, and as a result, the town is beginning to attract a more upscale clientele. That's not to say there isn't still a moderate and even inexpensive way to visit Provincetown, but it there's definitely a rise in the consumer level here in town. Things in between that are interests for gay people that you're not going to find anywhere else. And one of the things is the tea dance. Tea dance at the Bell Strip is phenomenal. I mean, you go there and there'll be like anywhere from, on a slow day, there'll only be maybe like 200 people, but on a holiday weekend, there'll be 2,000 gay people out on this deck just having a great time. You go to the gay beach, and it's just miles and miles of lesbians and gay men, and they're just out there having a pleasant time, not concerned about what's happening. And the other nice thing is just being able to walk downtown, holding hands. And one of the best things to do in Provincetown is just to people watch. And watch people enjoying themselves, being gay, and being comfortable being gay. They may have to go home and go into the closet, but for that few days or a week that they're here, they are open and they can enjoy it.
Hello and welcome. We're here at the Edmonton Folk Festival, and it's not raining for 1 year.
Yay! I just felt something.
That wasn't rain, that was something else. And we're here with the Flirtations, and maybe that's why the weather is so great. Of course. You guys just performed a few minutes ago, and you've been signing autographs for the last 20.
At least.
Are you
so sore?
So this is your very first time at the Edmonton Folk Festival?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
How we doing?
We were supposed to be here last year, but
Wait,
we
say that
walked.
again.
We were supposed to be here last year, but they didn't buy us airplane tickets. We walked the whole way.
You were
And it took
bicycling
us-
and
no.
there was an accident.
There was an accident.
But you're fully recovered?
Well,
Can you
Physically.
snap and everything?
Yep.
So?
yep, I can snap.
And at that time, the Flirtations were 4 men.
No, we were 3 men and Suede.
You were with the group at that time as well.
Yes, I was.
So how has that changed the dynamics of the group since you've come to the Flirtations?
Ooh,
Do you have a larger female following now, or is it?
I don't know. That would be hard to judge. I think the Flirts have always had great appeal to the women's community. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, we've been really blessed, actually. Our mailing list has always been about 60% women, and that's something we've always been really grateful for. We've been produced by typically women's music producers, historically speaking, but actually adding Suede to the group has really been a wonderful coming together of men's and women's community visibly on stage, which I think is important.
Why do you think you have such a large women's following? Is it the message in your music? Is it just you're such a dynamic performing group? Or?
I think that the Flirts have always had such a strong message about inclusiveness and empowerment and permission for all of us to be exactly who we are. But that certainly plugs right into all the feminist and lesbian and women's community ideals and foundations. So it's really wonderful to be able to go to a show, and especially when the Flirts were all men, to go to a show with all men on stage, clearly getting it about our struggles. What a pleasure! What a gift!
So, will you ever do the Michigan Music Festival?
I kind of doubt it. I don't know. Although we made, when the Flirts asked me to join about a year ago, we made the official announcement at the Northampton Lesbian Festival, where I was performing, and
They joined you on
I
stage?
brought them up on stage in my set, and we made the official announcement that I had accepted the glorious offer. And that was the first time ever that men had performed on stage at a women's festival, so it was very historic.
We were a little nervous.
I loved it.
So you two were officially honorary lesbians at that point or something?
Oh, long before that.
Sounds like a story there.
Oh, several, I'm sure. We have no time for that.
So, your new album, and I have it here hidden in the grass somewhere.
Is that our new album?
The Flirtations 3. Notice, can we get a shot of this? Sure. Is that part of what your music is about? Enabling people to think and question some of their thoughts?
Absolutely, yeah. We give a lot of thought to every song that we sing, and in some way or another, every song that we sing has some telling reason behind it that has to do with some thought about how the world might become a better place. And so, yes, we definitely challenge our audience to think and also to feel, I think.
you confront a lot of issues in your music and just by being on stage too. I mean, you're dealing with homophobia, with racism, with things about abuse and gay bashing and things like that. Are there linkages there? I mean, do you really think there are linkages between racism and homophobia and sexism? Is there a commonality that can be found in all those different areas?
I would say certainly they're all based in a very similar, if not the same, sort of fear. It seems that they're all based in a sort of a fear that tends to be about I'm going to be threatened because somehow you're going to take something away from me because you're different.
Hi, Norm. Welcome to Program Pride.
Well, thank you for having us.
Norm, what is Stonewall Connection?
Stonewall Connection is a travel and tour company that markets to the gay and lesbian community. We are owned by gay and lesbians and operated by gay and lesbians. We are also owned by Intertravel Escapes, which is our full IATA travel agency, full service.
Great. And I understand that the Gay Games are happening in Amsterdam in '98. Tell us about the Gay Games.
The Gay Games, this will be the 5th Gay Games held in Amsterdam, August 1st to 8th in 1998. They're expecting 15,000 participants. The Gay Games will focus equally on cultural events as well as the sports, which is very important. They're having many interesting festivals, cultural activities, etc., as well as approximately 30 sporting events. Some of the festivals that they will be having and focusing on is the Chorus Festival, storytelling, and the Women's Festival, which is really exciting for us in Canada. We're looking forward to it because Stonewall Connection is Canada's official travel agency to the Games. So we will be organizing tours and travels for Canadians traveling to the Games.
Sounds great. I know a lot of people, when they think about the Gay Games, they think only about the sporting events, but it's so much broader than that.
Oh, definitely. This one is probably the first that is focused equally on a cultural event as well as sports. The theme for this is friendship through cultural and sports activities. And we're looking forward to having people from Canada, first time or second or third time to Amsterdam, going on the canal cruises, learning the gay history. And Amsterdam being probably the most tolerant city for gays and lesbians, we're very excited.
Sounds great. Tell us about, do you think that Amsterdam is a good location in terms, can they accommodate the people that are going to be there?
A few of the participants and spectators will be staying outside of actual Amsterdam. It is a fairly small town. It has a standing population of about 300,000. And so people will be having to go travel to Amsterdam and out. But we do have 800 beds blocked for the Games. So we're full service for the people.
Great. How soon should people be thinking about this? I mean, I know we're talking about something that's happening in 1998.
It is in 1998, but it's very important that people book as soon as they have confirmed that they do want to go. Space is very limited. There is approximately 30,000 beds total in Amsterdam reserved for the Games. So as soon as someone blocks the space, they will be guaranteed a room.
Great. I'm not really sure I'm clear on this. Are you saying that as the official carrier, that it would be best if I booked just with your organization, if I wanted to go to the Gay Games, not another travel agent?
Right. With Stonewall being Canada's official travel agency to the Games, we are preferred supplier. So we have the best hotels available. We have the best packages. Because we are shipping so many people over there, we have the best prices with the airlines as well.
Great. What would your package include?
Our package includes airfare, 9 nights accommodation, transfers from the airport, gay canal cruise, sightseeing of Amsterdam, and also public transport passes.
Sounds great. If people are interested, what should they be doing?
They should be calling us as soon as possible in Calgary at 250-3061. Outside of Calgary, within Canada or continental United States, 1-888-22-TRIPS.
And do you have a website?
Yes, we do, and it's very important that people check our website out. We're very excited. We've just finished developing it, and it can connect right into the Gay Games.
Sounds fabulous. Thank you very much for being here.
Well, thank you for having me.
Okay.
Bisexual. Transgender.